Here is what nobody talks about when they sell you on QuickBooks. The software is solid, but it does not think. A typical small business owner with around 200 transactions a month is spending anywhere from 8 to 15 hours every single month just on bookkeeping basics. Categorizing expenses, reconciling bank feeds, chasing down missing receipts, generating reports. That is almost 2 full workdays every month doing work that, honestly, a well-configured AI workflow can now handle in under 90 minutes. The problem is not QuickBooks itself. The problem is that most people are using a 2024 tool with a 2014 workflow. The first and biggest win is transaction auto-categorization, and QuickBooks already has a version of this built in, but most people have it half-configured and then wonder why it keeps miscategorizing their Uber rides as office supplies. Here is what you actually do. You go into your bank feed settings and you spend about 2 hours, just once, training the rules engine with at least 30 to 40 confirmed examples per category. After that, QuickBooks machine learning kicks in, and the accuracy rate climbs above 90% within about 60 days. One of our newsletter readers, a freelance marketing consultant in Austin, told us she went from spending 6 hours a month on categorization alone down to about 25 minutes of spot checking. That single setup session paid her back roughly 70 hours a year. Receipt management is where people hemorrhage time, and it is also where AI has gotten genuinely impressive. The tool to know here is Dext, formerly Receipt Bank, which connects directly to QuickBooks Online. You photograph a receipt with your phone, Dext's AI reads the vendor, the amount, the date, the tax, and pushes a pre-coded transaction directly into QuickBooks for your approval. In testing across a 3-month period with a retail client processing about 150 receipts a month, we saw the data entry time drop from roughly 4.5 hours a month to about 20 minutes of review. The cost is around $20 to $30 a month depending on your plan. Honest caveat though. Dext still struggles with handwritten receipts and some international vendors, so you will still catch errors if you do not review. Do not skip the review step. Now here is where it gets more powerful and also where most small business owners stop because it sounds technical. It is not as hard as it sounds. Tools like Zapier and Make, formerly Integromat, let you build automation bridges between QuickBooks and basically everything else in your business stack. A practical example, you can set up a Zap so that every time a client pays an invoice in QuickBooks, it automatically sends them a thank you email, logs the payment in your CRM, and if they are overdue, it pauses their access to your client portal. No human touch required. A 7-figure e-commerce brand we covered in the newsletter automated their entire refund reconciliation workflow between Shopify, Stripe, and QuickBooks using Make, saving their bookkeeper about 11 hours a month. The build took 1 afternoon. The Zapier starter plan runs around $20 a month. Make starts free with paid plans from $9. QuickBooks has added some AI-assisted cash flow forecasting in the online advanced tier, and it is genuinely useful, not just a marketing feature. It pulls your historical transaction data and surfaces a 90-day cash flow projection that updates automatically. For a service business with relatively predictable revenue, this is accurate enough to actually make decisions with. The honest take, though, is that for more complex forecasting, you want to layer in a tool like Fathom or Spotlight Reporting, both of which connect to QuickBooks and use AI to build variance analysis and scenario planning that would normally require a CFO or a very expensive accountant. Fathom starts at around $39 a month. That sounds like a lot until you realize a fractional CFO bills at $150 to $300 an hour for the same output. Let me be straight with you because this channel does not do hype without honesty. AI bookkeeping automation is not a replacement for a good accountant, at least not yet. It is excellent at pattern recognition, data entry, and repetitive reconciliation. It is not good at judgment calls. If you have a complex contractor payment situation, a multi-entity structure, or anything involving tax strategy, you still need a human. The other real risk is garbage in, garbage out. If your chart of accounts is messy or your bank rules are poorly configured, AI will categorize your errors faster and at scale. Set it up right the first time, or the automation makes your books worse, not better. I have seen this happen with 2 clients who rushed the setup and spent more time fixing AI mistakes than they would have doing it manually. If you want to actually do this, here is the order of operations. Start with your QuickBooks bank rules and spend 2 hours cleaning them up this week. Then add Dext or a similar receipt tool if receipts are your biggest pain. After that, pick one repetitive manual task, one thing you do the same way every single month, and build a Zap or a Make workflow around it. Most people who follow this sequence report getting back 6 to 10 hours a month within the first 60 days. That is not a promise. That is an average from people who actually did the work. And if you want us to keep covering exactly this kind of practical AI and automation content with real numbers and no sponsored fluff, subscribe to the free IA Digest newsletter at iadigest.com. We send it weekly, it is free, and it is the one newsletter our readers say they actually read every single time it lands. Link is in the description.